Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? So good to see all you beautiful people in here. So good to see you guys. Well, let me go in here and say my hellos to everybody. Hope everybody is doing well. Hello, Rocket Queen. It's good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. Hello, BM. It's good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing good. Hello, Juju. It's good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing good. Messy Jessie, good to see you. Hope you're doing good, honey. Hey, Hindsight 2020. It's good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Skittles. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing good, honey. Let's see. Hello, Adam. It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Truth Seeker. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good, honey. Hi, Miss Pat. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Hello, Amy Forever. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing good, honey. Hello, Backroad Becky. It's good to see you, love. I hope you're doing good. Hello, Nania7. It's good to see you. And it's still your birthday, so happy birthday, girl. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. 28 and holding, girl. You look amazing. Hope you had a wonderful day.
I want to say happy birthday.
Hold on, Trinity. Let's see. Hello, Beachy. It's good to see you, honey. I hope you're doing well.
Happy birthday.
Trini wants to say happy birthday. Oh, Lord have mercy. But I hope everybody is doing good. All right. I love you, honey. Go to sleep. You're welcome, Nani of 7. Hold on just a second. Hold on. Give me just a minute, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on just a second, okay? Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, I want to share something real fast. I don't know how it sounds, but hello, Criminal Mad. It's good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. This is for you, Nani, from all of us. Like I said, I have no idea how it sounds, so I'm just kind of picking one, and we're going with the flow. But this is for you, Nani. Happy birthday. We love you from the Angel family. And if it will work. Well, hold on, wait a minute.
Info bells. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to dear one. Happy birthday to you. From good friends and true. From old friends and new. May good luck go with you. And happiness too.
Happy birthday, honey. Happy birthday, Nani. You're welcome, love. I was like, hold on just a minute. I meant to pull that up before I even started. And I was like, hold on a minute. I was like, daggone it. But there you go, honey. Happy birthday. You're welcome, honey. You're welcome, darling. Yes. All right. Hello, hippie grandma. It's good to see you, darling. I hope you're doing well, honey. All right. That was just like a little pick me up for everybody. For Miss Nani. Hello, Joan. It's good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing good. Country Bulldog, that was a belated message for you too, honey. I didn't know it was your birthday yesterday, but there's a little song for you too as well. Happy belated birthday, honey. All right. Okay, so let's get to it, guys. But like I said, happy birthday and happy belated birthday, Country Bulldog. We love you all, and y'all have a hopefully y'all have a wonderful birthday or belated birthday. Hope y'all had a good one, and we love you both over here at the Angel Family channel. So, all right. So tonight we are going to talk about, are you a highly sensitive person? You know, like I'm just saying as an example, some people say, well, you're just extra sensitive, or you're a little dramatic, or something to that effect. Well, I've heard that all my life. And come to find out, it's not a diagnosis per se, but it is something, I don't know. I'm not really, I'm not really a doctor, but I don't think it's a diagnosis per se, but we're getting ready to find out what it means. So, like a lot of people, like to me, for example, because a lot of people say, well, you're sensitive, you take things to heart, stuff like that. But I don't honestly mean to, but, I think this has a lot to do with what I personally go through. And we're going to get ready to find out what that means today. So a lot of people, like I believe it was, and I'm just trying to read the chat. I believe it was, I apologize. Let me go back through the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was hindsight 2020. She said, I'm an empath, makes life hell. It's truly deliberating, feeling other people's emotions, which I think that's kind of like in a way what this is, but it's stating that it's not. It's different than an empath. So we're getting ready to find out what this is. I mean, I'm kind of interested because the information that I pulled up, it kind of feels like what I go through, So, I mean, I'm also very empathetic, or whatever that word's called. I'm not real good, but I'm also that too. I feel other people's emotions, and and I can't help it. That's just, I think that's part of being compassionate, and caring. So, I mean, that's just my opinion, but we're getting ready to find out what a highly sensitive person, or HSP, what does it mean? How does that HSP pertain to mental health and well-being? And I think there's a few more people coming in. So let me see. I don't want to not miss and say hello. Hello, BH. It's good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Now, remember, if you don't care, I don't know if you heard it or not, but the song that you shared for your brother yesterday, if he's got any more songs, definitely share them with us again if you can, because it was really good. We enjoyed it, BH. Hello, Blondie Bayside. It's so good to see you, honey. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, too. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Ghost Devil. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing good. Hello, Kristen. It's good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, honey. Yeah, hindsight 2020 said, I'm not dramatic in the least. I keep to self, only family, close friends know and understand my abilities that I hide as much as possible. It messes me up. I am the same way. I honestly stay to myself until I come talk to you guys. Seriously. Yeah. Natural criminal medicine, natural caregivers. Well, you're welcome, BH. Like I said, we really enjoyed it. It was really good. Real good. All right. So, but make sure, I'm going to do like a short little spew, just basically, as the old saying goes, don't start no shit. Don't be no shit. We're here to get some positivity and lift each other up and be supportive of one another, and have mental health and well-being and encouragement and motivation and positivity and all the good stuff. We don't want no bad stuff. We want all good stuff in this channel. So please don't start no shit. There ain't gonna be no shit. Simple as that. I want to welcome everybody. Be the good in the world. Hello, Steffi. It's good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Bambi. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Prayers, and we love you, Bambi. We do love you, honey. If you need me, please send me a message, darling. I love you. I'm praying for you, honey. Truly. Yes, hindsight 2020. I will put that. Love and positively only. Exactly. Exactly. Peaceful channel. Peaceful channel, guys. All right, so let me share the screen. Yes, we love you, Bambi, honey. Like I said, if you need me, honey, please reach out. I'm just a message away or email away. I mean, to any of you guys, you know. But I understand, Bambi. I love you, honey. I'll be praying for you, darling. But like I said, you know, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm just a message or I'm just a text away or a phone call away, whatever. Hello, Shani B. It's good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good. Hope your daddy's they call it recovering good and starting to do better. Yes, Beachy said, don't forget to breathe, Bambi. Exactly, honey. Exactly. All right, so let me share my screen. Of course, my computer wants to be slow. Hello, Penny Riddle. It's so good to see you, darling. I hope you're doing well. All right. Let me share my screen. All right. It says, what is a highly sensitive person? This was dated January the 20th, 2023. So it was this year. So it was fairly recent. I can't believe it's June. It's crazy. It says, when you are deeply sensitive to certain physical, emotional, or social situations. It says, stop being so sensitive. Like I said, I've heard that a lot. It says you may have heard this from family, friends, or coworkers, or even uttered it to someone else. Generally, the word sensitivity is used to describe how you respond to the environment around you, whether that's physically or emotionally. You could physically be sensitive to the cold or emotionally. You're able to pick up the feelings of others easily. To some extent, we're all sensitive about something in our lives. But you may also, but but you may also identify with being a highly sensitive person, a personality trait that was first used by psychologists in the 1990s to describe someone with a deep sensitivity to the physical, emotional, or social situations and information around them. It says there are pros and cons to being a HSP, which can also be known as sensory processing sensitivity, which is SPS. And I might talk about that at another time. For example, you may avoid violent movies or TV shows, but you may also have deep, close relationships with others. And it's important to know that being a highly sensitive person isn't considered a mental health disorder, and there is no official way to diagnose someone as HSP, and there's no official highly sensitive person test. Though there's this quiz from the doctor who coined the term highly sensitive person. We're not going to click on the quiz, but this is from health.clevelandclinic.org if y'all would like to go. If y'all would like to go to that, you don't have to. So, but you're welcome to. It says, know that it's okay to be you. I'm going to say it again. Know that it is okay to be you. Being HSP comes with its own set of strengths and weaknesses. Encourages psychologist Vona Childs, PhD. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I tried. If you're a highly sensitive person, you can lead a rich life. Dr. Childs explains what it means to be a highly sensitive person, what traits you might have, and how to cope with any stress that comes from being a HSP. Hello, Demetrius. It's good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. What is a highly sensitive person? If you're a highly sensitive person, you have a heightened awareness of the stimuli around you, which can be good or bad. HSPs tend to be bothered by violence and can easily be overwhelmed, which leads them to avoid certain situations. Highly sensitive people can also be very creative and have a deep level of empathy. Highly sensitive people are built more deeply emotionally and mentally than most people, Dr. Childs. It's more than their emotions. It can also be sensitivity to textures and sounds. You might not like big crowds or bright lights. And while we all tend to have sensitivities with HSPs, they tend to experience these sensitivities on a higher level. Says highly sensitive people's traits. There are some characteristics and traits of a highly sensitive person that seem to be common, like avoid TV shows or movies that are violent, finding the beauty in almost anything, whether it's art or something in nature, feeling overwhelmed by noises, bright lights, and uncomfortable clothes, feeling anxious, feeling the need for downtime, having a rich inner life. We have to be careful about diagnosing people, says Dr. Child. Some people just like their quiet time, or some people just admire art when the rest of us don't. When it comes to how they think and feel, HSPs tend to think through situations and reflect on their lives. They can be with themselves and have inner conversations and deep thoughts, she says. They can think for hours on end and be okay with that. If you're an HSP, you may struggle with multitasking or feel overwhelmed rather quickly, and that tends to stem from the ability to feel empathy for others. HSPs can pick up on the needs of others, which can be a good thing because you want somebody who's empathetic, says Dr. Childs. But on the other side of empathy is compassion fatigue. If we're always wanting to pick up on others' feelings and others' emotions, what does that do for us? What does that do for the highly sensitive person? What causes HSP? It's thought that being a highly sensitive person can be a hereditary trait, but there can be other factors at play, like your environment and your experiences as a child. If you have childhood trauma, you may likely be a highly sensitive person, states Dr. Childs. With trauma, we become hypervigilant. We're on the lookout for things. We stay away from things that have sparked that trauma. It's also important to know that there are similar conditions and traits that are often confused with HSP. While being an introvert can look and feel the same as being an HSP, they're different in social situations. An introvert may be bothered by social stimuli like making small talk or being part of a large group. But for an HSP, the bright lights and loud music can also affect how they feel and act. HSP is often mistaken for ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactive disorder. While it's true that both those with HSP and ADHD can react strongly to sensory information, those with ADHD often have difficulty focusing or paying attention. Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, can be another condition that people confuse with HSP, but experiencing high sensitivity isn't a sign of ASD. People with ASD tend to experience hypersensitivity and exaggerated response, or hyposensitivity and underwhelming response to sensory situations. While HSP and other medical conditions are not the same thing, highly sensitivity can happen in conjunction with mental health conditions, says Dr. Childs. For example, you can have ADHD in addition to HSP. Coping strategies. If you are a highly sensitive person, there are strategies you can use to help with anxiety and feeling overwhelmed in certain situations. For example, get me something to drink. My mouth's going dry and it's hot. says take time for yourself. This also includes avoiding situations that make you feel overwhelmed. Step back from those situations and set boundaries, and be okay with setting boundaries. Dr. Child explains, no is a complete sentence. It doesn't need an explanation. Form close relationships with others. HSPs tend to have deep bonds with certain people in their lives and are often seen as a supportive friend. But it's also okay to limit our time with people we feel are too draining, says Dr. Childs. Make a gratitude list. Dr. Childs suggests that when you wake up in the morning, think about 3 things you're grateful for. Repeat at night before you go to sleep as well. Consider talk therapy. If being a highly sensitive person is negatively impacting your life, don't hesitate to talk to someone. Talk therapy helps to find coping skills, manage the anxiety and or depression that may be accompanying it. Hello, Digger Duck. It's so good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well. It says if you're not an HSP but want some guidance on how to interact and understand someone with HSP, Dr. Child suggests the following. Just be there for them. Don't pressure them. Understand how they operate and give them the space to operate in the way she asked. Ask them what they need. How common is HSP? Dr. Child says that about 15% to 20% of the world's, not the USA, of the world's population can be classified as a highly sensitive person. It might be a little bit higher because we don't necessarily diagnose it as such because it's not a mental health disorder, she adds. But overall, identifying as an HSP shouldn't be considered a bad thing. While there may be challenges, there are plenty of positives you can focus on. When you're a highly sensitive person, you think a lot. You're not quick to action. Dr. Child explains, sometimes when we're quick to action, we make mistakes, but highly sensitive people sit back. They think about things and then they think about things some more, which gives other people time to digest, sit and wait. That can make for highly effective leaders. All right. That's pretty useful information. Hopefully that shedded a little bit of light, a little bit more light to what it means. All right. It says, what is a highly sensitive person? A highly sensitive person is more aware of social stimuli such as other people's voices and facial expressions. They may be particularly empathetic, but also more prone to overstimulation. Psychologist Elaine Aron developed the concept of highly sensitive persons, HSPs, to describe those who display notable sensitivity to various forms of stimuli. Aron estimates roughly 15 to 20% of the population is highly sensitive. It's a little bit different than the previous information. So like it's kind of like 2 different websites say a little bit different than 2 different things. So I'm just I like to pull up just a little bit more information. It says researchers often use the term sensory processing sensitivity to characterize the experiences of HSPs. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, DSM-5, does not list sensory processing sensitivity as a diagnosis. It does include sensory processing disorder, which some HSPs may also experience. Aron and the other researchers that sensory processing sensitivity not as a illness or diagnosis, but as an evolved personality trait that can be adapted in some circumstances. For example, highly sensitive people may notice signs of danger that others miss and pick up on more subtle social cues. Keep reading to learn more, including the signs and everyday challenges of being a highly sensitive person, as well as the benefits. It says, what makes a highly sensitive person? A person with sensory processing sensitivity, which we'll talk about at another time, guys. There's so much information to talk about in this that I'm just mainly focusing on this right now. It says is highly sensitive to their environment, sights, sounds, smells, and other forms of sensory input may cause a heightened experience for HSPs. A sound that is barely predictable, sorry, perceptible to most people may be very noticeable and possibility even painful to a HSP. They're more to being a highly sensitive person than just being a sensitive to stimuli. Other characteristics including processing environmental stimuli more deeply, being more emotionally reactive to behavior and inhibition, being more psychologically reactive to behavior inhibition, having stronger unconscious nervous system activity in stressful situations, having stronger emotional responses, both positive and negative, being strongly perceptive of subtle differences, having a low tolerance to high levels of sensory input, having a low pain threshold. Being a highly sensitive person can be stressful and can cause anxiety or relationship challenges. However, there are also benefits to being highly sensitive, especially in the right environment or with support. Some advantages include having a rich inner life and showing increased empathy. Being highly sensitive can also offer strengths in relationships and depth in processing information. As noted earlier, being a HSP is not a diagnosis but a personality trait or temperamental disposition that offers both benefits and challenges. It says, what are the signs? Yeah, make sure y'all hit the thumbs up and subscribe if y'all haven't. Hit the share and hit the notification bell, and hit it to all so that way y'all know when I go live. It says, what are the lines? Or what are the signs? Hello, Gone Girl. It's so good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well, honey. It says low threshold for sensory awareness. It says HSPs may notice and experience sensory stimuli more strongly than others. For instance, loud noises and chaotic stimuli are likely to have a greater impact on HSPs. Overstimulation. HSPs may become easily overstimulated and overwhelmed by their surroundings. Personality and temperament. HSPs may seem introverted and very emotionally sensitive. This may also be because their environments are stimulating and they feel overwhelmed by it. Empathy. An HSP may find that others' moods strongly affect them, or they notice subtle social cues others do not. Pain sensitivity. HSPs are often more sensitive to pain or touch. Withdrawal. HSPs who live in an environment that is not ideal may withdraw more or need more alone time to cope. It says, are people generally more sensitive now than in the past? It says popular media and is so dull. Sources have focused on claims that people are more sensitive now than in the past. These claims typically revolve around the notion that the term HSP is a new concept, and people have only recently become interested in supporting those who are notably sensitive. Aaron and other researchers argue that sensory processing sensitivity is not a new trait. Instead, they found a heritable trait that may have evolutionary advantages. There is no scientific evidence that people are more sensitive today than they were in the past. Instead, institutions and individuals may be more willing to acknowledge and make accommodation for those with different needs, including high sensitivity. In a 2014 study, researchers used functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, brain scans to measure the brain's activity of HSPs. The study found increased brain activation in regions associated with awareness, empathy, attention, and action planning. Hello, Midnight Nurse. It's good to see you, darling. I hope you're doing well, honey. It says coping strategies and tips to cope with being an HSP. It is important for a person to first identify their major areas of sensitivity. For example, some people are more sensitive to sensory input, while others find certain kinds of social interactions overwhelming. Some strategies that may include using personal devices such as sunglasses, earplugs, and noise canceling headphones to minimize sensory input, considering how clothing might contribute to sensory overload, then choosing items without tags, seams, or other types of sensory input. Setting up at least one area of the house to be low stimulation, such as dark, quiet room. Advocating for accommodations at work or school and building them into daily life as needed. Seeking psychotherapy. Says benefits and strengths of being highly sensitive. Highly sensitive people tend to be conscientious. I probably pronounced that wrong, but I tried. Hello, Miss Bitch. I'm sorry. I know that sounds a great in, but hello. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Hello. Thank you for being in here. It says, sorry about that. Let's see. And empathetic and may notice subtle changes in their interactions and environment. Some benefits include social skills. HSPs tend to notice things others do not. Picking up on body language and other subtle cues may help them develop strong social skills. Empathy. Highly sensitive people tend to be more sensitive to others' emotions and moods. This may offer them more insight to other people. It can also help them detect other motives and installations, potentially making them good managers and negotiators and leaders. Yeah, I didn't mean to be derogatory. I was like, hello, miss. I'll just say, hello, miss. I hope you're doing well, honey. It's good to see you. Or Miss B. Hello, Miss B. Let's see. Sensitivity to the environment. Highly sensitive people may notice environmental cues. Others do not. In the right setting, this can help them detect danger. Says summary. Being a highly sensitive person is not a diagnosis or a medical condition and does not require treatment. However, HSPs may find relief from this label for their experiences. They may receive meaningful support from therapy and resources or books about HSP. Some key traits of HSP include deeper processing of emotional stimuli and a lower tolerance to sensory input. The right environment can make being highly sensitive more manageable. With less sensory input, HSPs may not feel as overwhelmed. This may empower them to work towards positive outcomes, such as by using their empathy to better understand people and foster meaningful relationships. While the concept of HSP is relatively new, HSPs are not. As research continues, experts may identify new ways of supporting HSPs. They may also identify the environmental, genetic, and developmental factors that contribute to high sensitivity. Hello, Casper Friendly. It's good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, honey. Y'all got less than an hour. Less than 1 hour. I'm surprised Rebel hasn't come in here to remind you guys. Less than an hour to get y'all's bid-ins for his tattoo, so y'all can pick his tattoo out. All right, let's see. Yeah, I know we just nicknamed Miss B. We nicknamed you Miss B. I hope that's okay. I like the name. I'm just, I know I don't mean to sound bad. I'm just going to nickname you Miss B. But welcome. I hope you're doing well. And if you haven't hit the subscribe or the like, please hit the subscribe and like for me. And welcome. I hope you are doing well. And like I said, I hope you enjoy the content. And I appreciate you being in here. It says 15 superpowers highly sensitive people all have but rarely use. It says, hey there, do you ever feel like you're more in tune with the world around you than others seem to be? Maybe you're deeply moved by art, or you can pick up on the subtle changes in a friend's mood. If so, you might be a highly sensitive person or HSP. It's a gift, not a curse. And guess what? You possess superpowers that many others don't. Let's dive right in, shall we? Your deep empathy. As a highly sensitive person, you have an amazing ability to empathize with others. This isn't your everyday empathy. It's like you feel others' emotions as your own. Whether a friend is going through a tough breakup or they're celebrating a promotion, you're right there with them, experiencing their pain or joy. While this can be overwhelming at times, it is also a powerful tool for connecting with others on a deeper level. But are you using this superpower to its full potential? Number 2, heightened awareness. Ever noticed how you're more aware of your surroundings than most? Whether it is subtle change in the season, a small shift in room temperature, or that one out of the place item on the shelf, nothing gets past you. This heightened awareness extends to people too. You pick up on body language, tone of voice, and other nonverbal cues more than others. This superpower allows you to understand people and situations in a new nuance way. It's like having a sixth sense. Number 3, emotional resonance. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize, guys. It says, as an HSP, your emotions run deep and wide, like a resonant, never-ending symphony. This emotional I'm trying, guys. Hello, Miss Sharon. It's good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, honey. It says, allows you to experience life in a rich, vivid, and profound way. Yes, this means you might feel pain more intensely, but it also means you experience joy, love, and happiness at depths many can't even imagine. This superpower allows you to fully embrace the human experience and adds a beautiful depth to your personality. Just imagine the possibilities if you were to fully harness this emotional depth. Artistic expression. Thank you, hindsight 2020, honey. Thank you, darling. Says your heightened senses and deep emotions as a HSP often pave the way for powerful artistic expression. Your natural inclination towards arts, be it painting, writing, music, dance, or any other form of creative outlet is more than just a hobby. It's a channel for you to translate your raw, intense feelings and newness perceptions into something tangible, something that others can connect with. This makes you a compelling artist with the ability to evoke strong emotions in people through your work. The world needs more of this kind of profound creativity. Isn't it time to embrace your inner artist and let your creativity flow? Intuition and insight. Your sensitivity isn't limited to the physical world. It extends to the unseen realm of intuition and insight. As a HSP, you have an uncanny ability to perceive the underlying dynamics of a situation, to sense the unspoken, and to intuitively understand things that others might miss. You can often predict outcomes, understand complex emotional states, and navigate social dynamics with the innate wisdom that comes from deep within. This insightful intuition is a powerful tool, almost like a secret code cracker for the mysteries of life. So trust your instincts. They're your own personal guide in this intrinsic dance of life. Hello, Belle Ann. It's so good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well, honey. It says rich inner life is number 6. Hello, Mama Pia. It's so good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Says some might dismiss your frequent daydreaming or introspective nature as being lost in your own world, but it's actually a vibrant universe brimming with thoughts, ideas, and dreams. As an HSP, you have a rich inner life that fuels your creativity, your empathy, and your deep understanding of the world around you. Your mind is a garden of thoughts and emotions that bloom into profound insights, creative ideas, and deep empathy for others. This internal richness is a wellspring for personal growth and understanding. So don't shy away from exploring your inner world. It is one of your greatest assets. Sensitivity to subtleties. Number 7. Highly sensitive people are likely finely tuned instruments when it comes to picking up subtleties. You notice the slightest change in someone's mood, the minute details in a work of art, or the faint notes in a piece of music. This attention to detail and heightened awareness not only makes you but perceptive, but also allows you to appreciate the richness of experiences in a way that others often miss. You see beauty in the details, and that is superpower that adds depth and color to your life and those around you. Number 8, enhanced creativity. Your sensitivity to catalyst for creativity. As an HSP, your ability to perceive and feel deeply, coupled with your vivid imagination and introspective nature, feels an enhanced sense of creativity. You see patterns, make connections, and devise solutions that others might miss. Whether it's in your work, your hobbies, or even in day to day problem solving, your creativity knows no bounds. Imagine the masterpiece you create if you fully embrace this creative powers, progress. Says number 9, deep connection with nature. As a HSP, you likely feel a deep and spiritual connection with nature. You're likely to be moved by the majestic beauty of a sunset, the serene tranquility of a forest, or the rhythmic ebb and flow of the ocean. The bond allows you to draw peace, inspiration, and healing from the natural world, something that is invisible in our fast paced, technology driven society. By fully embracing this connection, you can unlock a source of infinite calm and inspiration. Number 10, sensitivity to others' needs. Your high empathy and awareness make you exceptionally sensitive to others' needs and feelings. You can often sense when someone is upset, stressed, or happy, even when they try to hide it. This ability is intuitively understand what others are going through makes you an exceptional friend, partner, and confidant. Remember, your ability to confront and understand others is a superpower that can heal hearts and forge deep bonds. Number 11, detail orientation. You don't just notice details, you absorb them. As an HSP, you have a knack for remembering intricate details, be it about people, situations, or environments. This meticulousness can be highly beneficial in many scenarios, including work and personal relationships. It also means you are less likely to make careless mistakes. This superpower can help you excel in fields where attention to detail is crucial. I'm sorry. It is also shows people around you that you generally care and pay attention. Capacity for deep reflection. Your ability to feel deeply, coupled with your rich inner life, often leads to deep reflection. You contemplate life, relationships, emotions, experiences, and ideas at a depth many cannot fathom. This introspection can lead to profound insights and personal growth. Embrace this thoughtful nature of yours. It is not just a pathway to personal wisdom, it could also be a key to understanding the world in a much deeper way. Number 13 is high consciousness. Conscien, conscient consciousness. Hopefully that's correct. I tried. Being highly sensitive often goes hand in hand with being conscious. conscious tip. Yes. You think things through, you're careful not to hurt others, and you're usually responsible and reliable. This trait is incredibly beneficial in both professional and personal environments. Your consciousness makes you a great team player and a dependable friend or partner. It's not just about being nice, it's about respect, empathy, and emotional intelligence. And that's definitely a superpower. Authenticity and honesty, which is number 14. Emotional intelligence is the cornerstone of your personality as a highly sensitive person. You understand your emotions, can control them, and use them adequately, and can empathize with the emotions of others. This makes you not only self aware, but also highly attuned to emotional undercurrents around you. It allows you to navigate social situations skillfully and forge deep, meaningful relationships. Don't underestimate this superpower. Emotional intelligence is a critical life skill and can be a game changer in personal and professional success. Resistance and adaptability. One of the greatest superpowers of being an HSP is your ability to transform and transcend. Due to the deep introspective nature of and capacity for reflection, you have the potential to turn challenges into opportunities for personal growth. You're able to learn from your experiences, adapt, and evolve, which helps you become stronger, more resistant version of yourself. This ability to transform pain into wisdom and to grow through what you go through is nothing short of a superpower. Embrace it and witness the powerful transformations it can bring. Why don't HSPs use these superpowers more? It's a fair question to ask why HSPs don't use their inherent superpowers more often. The reason is likely rooted in the societal misconception that sensitivity is a weakness rather than a strength. Many HSPs grow up being told they are too sensitive or too emotional, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and being misunderstood. This can result in HSPs trying to suppress or hide their sensitive nature to fit into societal norms. But the truth is, being highly sensitive is a gift. It equips you with abilities and insights that many lack. So instead of shying away from these superpowers, HSPs should embrace them and celebrate the unique strengths they bring to the table. Final words. Remember that being a highly sensitive person is not a weakness, but a reservoir of untapped potential. It's time to harness these superpowers and use them to your advantage. You have a deep well of empathy, creativity, intuition, and insight at your disposal. Embrace your sensitivity, live authentically, and witness the transformation impact of these superpowers on your life and the lives of those around you. You are unique. You are powerful. You are a HSP. All right, and we got a couple more, and they're kind of shorter, guys. But make sure you guys hit that like for me. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you guys so much. All right. Okay, this one is 10 ways to care for a highly sensitive person. Says, when I learned that I'm a highly sensitive person, a lot of things clicked for me. That is why I always felt so different and misunderstood. Like myself, like I always tell you guys, I feel like kind of like an outcast in a way. Like I'm not one, but I feel like, because I'm so different, than I feel, I feel a lot of things more so than other people. Says this is why I appreciate beauty in nature as well as feel emotion strongly. This is why I often cry when I'm both happy and sad. The list goes on. I've had to work very hard to learn to embrace the incredible parts and the challenges of being highly sensitive. And it's something that not everyone understands. Highly sensitive people, or HSPs, are not very common. Only 15 to 20% of the population. Our nervous systems are wired to take in more detail and process everything a little more deeply, which means we tend to be very creative, empathetic, and tuned in. But it also means we get worn out and overstimulated easily. This is not always easy for other people to understand and accept. It's not always easy to explain either. Unfortunately, some people don't even believe in high sensitivity is a real thing, or they simply believe you're being dramatic or too sensitive. Some people just won't get it, and that sucks, but many people will. If you're reading this right now to better understand and care for HSP in your life, believe me, it means the world to them. Here are 10 ways to care for a highly sensitive person in your life. It says 10 ways to care for HSP. Ask them what helps when they're overwhelmed before they are overwhelmed. Number one, when I'm too stressed out, overwhelmed, or in a state of panic, I can't really effectively communicate my needs. And that used to mean that my fiance didn't know how to help me. The result was that my panic made him panic, which didn't exactly make things easier for either one of us or either of us. So I have conversations with my fiance about what to do when I get in that state. This is a blog that somebody shared about their personal, how they personally deal with it. I just like to kind of share people's stories as well. It says, often I just need a hug and someone to listen or someone to be next to me. And personally, I need to remember to drink water. The more you know. Now he's really able to help me in the way that I need, even if I can't tell him in the moment. Let me tell you, it makes a big difference. What's up, Pac-Man? It's good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Number two, let the HSP handle and the atmosphere. Most people don't really care about the lights and music or external factors. They might have a preference, but generally they roll with it. Highly sensitive people are different. Our sensitive nervous systems are greatly affected by these things. Loud noises, bright lights, itchy clothing, and more can make us feel very stressed and overwhelmed. We generally can't stay in these type of environments long without burning out. And if we stay longer, we really crash or get irritable. The solution, if you don't mind, just let your HSP handle the lighting and the music when you're together, or come up with a compromise. Another option, if you are at a restaurant and the TVs are blaring, maybe you could ask the waitress to seat both of you somewhere that's quieter, especially if you notice your HSP getting irritated or overwhelmed. Number three, be their advocate. There's nothing that will endear you more to its HSP than calmly, accurately, and wholeheartedly speaking up for their needs. Many highly sensitive people, myself included, absolutely hate conflict or criticizing others and shut down at the thought. Yet we're often in a position where if we don't speak up for our needs, those needs just aren't going to get met. And people aren't always understanding when we do so. It's a recipe for anxiety. If you can help your HSP out with dealing with healthy conflict, please do so. You don't necessarily have to fight their battles for them. Just be in a stand-in. Just being a stand-in to help ease the situation. It can be as simple as backing them up. Yeah, it really is pretty loud in here. You can just turn it down a little, or being the first one to say, "Pardon me, it's pretty cold in here. Is there any way to adjust the AC?" Number four, speaking of helping. As a highly sensitive introvert, phone calls stress me out. Sometimes I feel comfortable enough to call and make an appointment if I have to, but my fiance can do it. It really takes the pressure off. Maybe your HSP doesn't mind phone calls, but something else causes them to panic. Help them out with that instead. Number five, learn their love language. Thank you, Blonde Bayside, honey. Thank you, darling. I'll let him know that. Thank you. It says the five languages of love, which I would like to go over as well when in the future, are an idea of Gary Chapman. The basic idea is there are five main ways you express your love, and most people tend to prefer one or two of those languages over the others. The five languages of love are gifts, physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, and quality time. I think knowing someone's love language is helpful for any relationship. Their preferred love language tells you Not only how they most likely to express love to others, but also will feel the most meaningful when it is given to them. One person may be head over heels if you give them flowers or a book, gifts, while another person may be impressed but would really appreciate some help around the house, acts of service. While it's helpful for anyone, especially useful for HSPs, both because we often feel misunderstood and because we value a deep connection with our loved ones more than almost anything else. You can take this simple quiz to find out your primary love language. Yeah, definitely. They are definitely interesting. I'm definitely going to talk about that in the future. Definitely. Definitely are. Says number 6, don't be annoyed if your HSP suddenly gets quiet or even disappears for a few days. Highly sensitive people are often confused with introverts. They're not the same thing, but they have something in common. Both need a lot of quiet downtime. For HSPs, though, it's because we need time to process things and avoid overstimulation from doing too much, even if we're extroverts. This is just a part of the package deal, and if the HSP in your life, we'll be grateful if you're cool with it. Don't make us disappear unannounced to get our quiet time. Give us our space. Be honest with them. Number 7. Thank you, Bella Ann. Thank you, love. It means a lot to me. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Says many HSPs can cut through the BS real fast because our brains are built to process social cues and we can easily read people's emotions. We're sort of like a walking lie detector. And since it is so obvious to us, dishonesty really rankles us. Do yourself a favor and just be honest from the start, okay? Number 8, resist arguing about politics, religion, and other touchy topics unless your HSP likes that sort of thing. Remember what I said about hating conflict. Arguing about opinions is the worst kind because it never gets anywhere, especially charged topics like politics and religion. Also, showing compassion towards your HSP's view is much more likely to bring them around than just arguing them into the ground. I know I don't mind talking about this stuff with a close friend, but arguing with someone who would just talk over me will make me leave the room very quickly. Number 9, let them make the plans if possible. HSPs can get overwhelmed easy and get anxious if we don't know the plan, whether it's for a night out or the whole travel plan. We generally aren't fly by the seat of your pants people. And that's okay. On the other hand, we tend to be very good at planning activities and trips that everyone will love because we care so much about the needs of others. So involve your HSP in making the plan, or if you're not planning of sort, ask them if they would take the lead. Number 10, just love and accept them. That's really all we need. You don't need to coddle us or treat us as if we're different. Just accept our quirks and love us for the sensitive, caring selves. I promise your HSP will love and accept you right back. Let's see if I have any more, guys. I have one more, and it's not very long. It's not very long at all. All right, this one is how to communicate with a highly sensitive person. Simple ways to bridge different personalities and embrace a closer relationship. We all probably know someone that intentionally makes us feel like we're walking on eggshells while wearing stiletto heels. I different I definitely have a few people in my life who misinterpret everything and are easily offended and quick to react. But before we decide to write off the relationship, there are a few tips that may help us understand and better relate with a highly sensitive person or HSP. Accept diversity. In her Psychology Today article, The HSP Relationship Dilemma, Deborah Ward suggests a highly sensitive person can often be a breath of fresh air to those who appreciate authenticity. The highly sensitive person curses superficially, and there is not a narcissistic bone in their body. If you take the time to learn more about your person, you may discover many wonderful traits they possess. Respect boundaries. If we know a certain behavior prompts negative reactions, then we should respect that boundary. Our person is sensitive to tone and body language and will pick up on subtle expressions and connotations of negativity. Even if this tone isn't directed towards them, they will take it personally. Says pay attention to their body language. This may be obvious, but recognizing defense reactions could be your cue to back down and change the subject. This could be a good time to take mental note of what appeared to be sensitive topic and revisit the topic in the future from a different approach. This approach will then be from an understanding position, as you are now aware of its sensitive nature. Understanding your person is a key quality in communication. This is also a good time to remember their personal triggers and try to avoid them in the future communication. Keep lines of communication open. It is still important, however, to keep communication with your person open. Even though they are highly sensitive, they are still reasonable. It's possible with the right approach to ask them what they appreciate or do not appreciate in communication. As such, you can also let them know aspects you appreciate. Open communication can be beneficial in a relationship with a highly sensitive person. Use the sandwich approach. When we communicate with a highly sensitive person, we must try to remember to keep our approach non confrontational. Start off with an earnest internal compliment, such as the way you is such a great quality. Then ease into the subject at hand. Then perhaps rather saying you are, try to say, I noticed that. Or is there any other way I could? Be gentle with your approach, but not patronizing. They may be sensitive, but they are not less intelligent. This goes back to keeping communication open, basically hearing them and understanding their style of communication. You could end the conversation by bringing up another good quality your person has. Don't invalidate their emotions. Another essential aspect to keep in mind when communicating with a sensitive individual is to never invalidate their emotions. Nothing will be more dehumanizing than believing their feelings are irrelevant. Even if we don't understand the nature of their sensitivity, it doesn't mean it isn't real. Try to visit their perspectives. It can make a difference. Their emotions are real, just as real as the emotions we experience in our own upsetting situations. It says plan out heavy conversations. It's beneficial to plan out these conversations when both parties are at their best. Approaching a sensitive topic when either you are tired or had a bad day is not the best time. Preparing a relaxing environment with low external stimulation. I know from firsthand experience with my person that environment, timing, and delivery can make a difference between a mutually pleasant and understanding conversation and a defense all out battle. The former is so much better. Keep emotions level. It's important not to overstimulate the highly sensitive person. That also means to tone down overly excited behavior as well. They like calm situations, and loud, gregarious emotions could trigger them, according to Elizabeth Fox Butler, Psych D. The highly sensitive person's sensory processes is more accelerated, and they tend to dive into fight or flight mode faster, easier than others. This would explain their reactive nature towards certain stimuli. Time to process. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, it's important to give your person time to process the discussion. If they seem flustered, just to give them time to explain their thoughts. Show interest and attentiveness. This will go a long way with your person. A highly sensitive person likes to be validated and understood like everyone else. Their sensory processing and reaction may be quicker, but they still have social needs and a desire for communication. If we learn to communicate in a mutually beneficial manner, then we can build a deeper bonding experiences, one with appreciation for the individuality and one that fosters a rewarding relationship for years to come.
I recently started dating a gamer. He's so great. He literally when I play with super.
And there we go, guys.
We're gonna be always make a life of
Well,
this.
I can get this thing over here. Hopefully that explained it a little bit better, guys, what an HSP is. It's a little bit more than empathy, I believe. Miss Pat says, kindness costs nothing. Being kind is opportunity to improve ourselves and become a healthy and sound person. And Miss Bella Ann says, you're different, and that's what makes you so wonderful, Tattooed Angel. Thank you, sweetheart. Miss Bella Ann says, thank you. Your kindness to me on a very emotional day meant so much to me. You're welcome, honey. All right, guys, I'm going to pull up the StreamYard link. There's 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Rebel, I don't think Rebel's been in here, but there's 20 minutes to get y'all's bids in if y'all want to be the top donator to pick out Tattooed Rebel's tattoo. 20 minutes, guys. Yes, we got 40 watts and 36 likes. Hit the like button, please. Thank you, Country Bulldog. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Beachy. 40 peeps, 16. We need 16 likes. Get them likes up. Thank you. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to share the StreamYard, and please, when y'all come up here, if anybody decides, so I hope they do, if anybody comes decides to come up here, thank you so much, Blondie, honey. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you, darling. It means so much to me. I could not do this without you guys. Talking to myself sucks. With you guys' help, and then y'all letting everybody know about my channel, and because everybody says mine's so different. Like I said, I'm not one of those people to, pat myself on the back, but everybody says that mine is so different than everybody else's. Just please let people know about, my channel. It means so much to me, guys. Seriously, I cannot do this without you. And I love and respect and appreciate everyone, you guys. I'm so thankful, so blessed. Thank you guys so much. Truly, thank you. Thank you guys so much. All right, but I'm going to share the StreamYard, guys, and just please stay on topic. Just kind of curious what y'all think about HSP, or if y'all think it's kind of like an empathy, or if y'all are if y'all are a highly sensitive person, or if y'all have like a story to tell or something to that effect. Just kind of please stay on the topic. I appreciate it. All right, so let me share this. I'm not going to be on here like probably maybe another hour. Love you, dumpling, honey. Love you, darling. There's my StreamYard, guys, and y'all can come out. Like I said, I'm not gonna stay on here too long because I know Dumpling wants to go on there too. She'll probably go live. I'm not really for sure what time she has scheduled, but I know she wants to go live probably more than likely after I'm done. So I'm only going to be on here for maybe I'm going to be on here. Okay, I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes, maybe 2 hours max total. So I'm going to have the StreamYard for about 45 minutes, say. About 45 minutes, guys. And then I'm just letting you know, Dumpling, if you do have one set up, just kind of letting you know. I'm trying to just keeping you updated, girlfriend. So you know how to set yours up if you don't have yours already set up, honey. Just trying to let you know. All right, so there's mine. It's pinned to the top. If anybody wants to come up here, y'all just kind of let me know. And just please stay on the topic. I appreciate it. Because, I'm kind of curious to know how y'all feel about this. Is it the same as empathy? Or are y'all empathy person? Have y'all ever heard about a highly sensitive person? What's your thoughts on the topic that we talked about tonight? It's just, it's kind of interesting, or if y'all have any stories about like sensitive people, or you have a personal story of your own, to anything like that, be great. I love, it's all about supporting one another, bringing awareness up here, mental health, well-being, support, encouragement, motivation, positivity. That's what my channel's all about, guys. Lifting people up, being there for one another, and, just having all right positivity and making people feel good. So that's what it's all about, guys. Seriously. So like I said, the StreamYard's pin at the top. Tattooed Rebel has, he's not in here yet, so I'm just trying to do the countdown for y'all so y'all know he's got 15 minutes. 15 minutes. If anybody wants to donate to his towards his tattoo, the highest donation, as far as I know, because he's not in here, as far as I know, the highest donation is still $25. So if y'all want it, if by chance you want to beat that and get and pick out his tattoo, then you got to beat more than $25. So I'm he's not in here, so I'm just kind of just letting you guys know what's going on. So you got 15 minutes. Daggone it. Oh, about it. All right. But yeah, I mean, like I said, while we're waiting for somebody to come up here, I mean, personally, I personally feel that I mean, not suffer with it per se. Sometimes I feel that I do because I feel so much like I feel my heart gets so filled up with all these emotions, and I honestly can't help it. I think it just has to do with a lot of my mental and all the hell that I have been through in my life. I think it just makes me sensitive, if that makes sense. And it's very hard to be unsensitive, but that's just how I am. Like I'm not, like some people say, well, you're a really sensitive person. Well, I mean, I don't mean to be that sensitive. It just, I think I said, like we was talking about childhood trauma, you know, I, I myself suffer with childhood trauma, and I'm not really for sure how that would play in a part, but that might be one reason why I feel so much for you guys. And that's why when I say, I'm there for you guys, I might not fully understand what you're going through, but I can be there for you. And I can give you advice. I can just give you little lift you up words. And if you take my advice, all good and gravy. If you don't take it, at least I know that I did try to give you words to lift up your spirits. You know what I mean? Because it is hard. And like I've said in my previous slides, I'm not used to people being there for me. So I put my junk on the back burner, and trust me, I suffer with a lot. A lot. A lot of people say, you really suffer with that much? I honestly suffer with a lot. With a lot. And a lot of people are like, wow, like you really suffer with that much. But you come in with a smile on your face and you try your very best to do your very best. And I said, yes, because I'm so used to putting my junk on the back burner and so used to being there for everybody else. Seriously. So I always I try my very best to stay positive and always have a smile on my face and always try to be there for people because I'm just not used to people being there for me, All right, I see you guys. Hello, G. How are you, love?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Blondie. You're so pretty, honey. How are you? You're so pretty.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're so pretty. I was
Jimmy,
like,
I just climbed out of bed.
look at her, girl.
You're so funny. Thank you. My God, it's so
You're pretty, honey.
Oh, you are so sweet. So are you. I love your channel so much. I have to
Thank
tell you.
you.
And
Thank
being an
you.
empath, you are surrounded by so many wonderful, wonderful people. Every
Thank
time I come in here, which is not as often as I'd like,
I know. I
you know.
understand, but I appreciate it. I truly do,
Oh,
honey. I truly
no,
do.
I appreciate it because I literally feel like dancing. Like I just want to
Whoop, whoop.
celebrate. Yeah. Yeah, it's always insightful, positive, good energy. This is what I live for. I love it.
Thank you, darling. It means so much to me. Seriously, I couldn't do this without you guys. So seriously, it means so much to me. Like, as the old saying, like I always say, be the good in the world. There's too much evil. Be the good in the world.
Mhm.
And
That's
that's
right.
what I'm trying my hardest to do.
Well, you're doing a damn good job. I'm
Thank
telling
you,
you.
love. Thank you, girl.
Absolutely.
It means so much to me, truly. Truly does. It truly, like I said, I'm just a little person, but I
Well,
appreciate it.
I'll tell you what I've noticed with you, and this is what's really super cool is you are so natural and so appreciative. You show appreciation to every person in the chat, to your husband, to your message. It really comes, I mean, that comes from deep down. It's not spoken with words. It is
Right.
spoken through spirit. And
Like you can feel
it's
it. Like you
really
can feel
awesome.
it.
Come on.
You're like, gosh, I can feel what she's saying.
Exactly. Exactly. It reminds me, this is kind of funny. So I watched this documentary one time on, I'm from, Michigan, so Motown. And Smokey Robinson had told the story of when he first saw the Jackson Five. And he saw little Michael up there singing. And he said, how does a 9-year-old sing with so much heartbreak? He
Right.
don't know love. How do you
He's
sing
just a
from,
baby.
like
Right.
exactly? How do you know what it feels like to be heartbroken? But he it just sang with so much, like conviction, I guess. And he
Right.
goes, when I saw that and heard it, I was like, where do I sign?
Right.
How can I sign? Because you just felt it.
Right.
So you're on the same page. I love it.
Thank you, honey. Well, that's what I said. I've got a huge heart. Y'all can probably feel it. Even though you never
Hmm.
met me in person, you can still all feel it. I have,
That's right.
I'm just one of those people. Whatever tugs my heartstrings, I got to talk about it to you guys. So
I love
that's just
it.
how I am. That's just
So
how I
cool.
am, girl. That's how I am, and it means so much to me. Seriously, truly, it
Hmm.
means so much. And a lot of people tell me they're like Becca, and I'm like, yeah, what? Yeah, what did I do? And they're like, there's no channel like yours. I'm telling you right now. And I'm like, well, I'm not putting myself on. I'm not one of those type of people to pat myself on the back. And there's like, I'm telling you, you look it up. There ain't no channel like yours,
Mm.
girlfriend. You good? You're good. I'm like, okay, thank you.
It's
I
so
mean,
funny that you say that. I know so many people that are braggers that brag about their life. And it's like, you don't have to tell me how great you are. Be so great that I can't stop telling you. To me, it's in your actions.
right, right.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, I'm
absolutely.
not one of those people that act like I'm better than nobody. I'm not
Oh,
like that at all.
nobody
So I'm
is.
like, if I got to, I'm no. Because
Yeah.
everybody's like, I'm there for you too, Beck, and I'm like, nope, I'd rather be there for you guys. I mean, like that's just how I am, though. That's just how I am.
Right, right. I get it. I totally get
I
it.
can't help it. I can't help it. That's just me.
Hmm. But you do have to take time for you. I was
I
saying
know.
that earlier in the chat. I'll do anything for anyone to help or be there, whatever, but I take one day a week for me and I just shut everybody down. And whatever it
Right,
is, you got to recharge your batteries. If you like to read or watch movies or, I like to lay out in the sun or
right,
whatever, just
right,
kind of putzing, something that
right.
makes you feel good. Vitamin D, maybe some shopping or cooking. I love
Look
to
at her.
eat.
She's like, vitamin D. Look at she's spunky. I like you, girl. She's spunky.
Gotta get that vitamin D
Look at
naturally.
Hey, you don't have to pay for it, girl. It's free.
That's
Just
right.
lay
That's
out in the sun.
ah, feels so good. Feels so good.
Girl, I'm pale as a sheet. I'd burn like a lobster.
You probably would.
I would really.
The first time, it gets better. It gets better.
I really am. And I got freckles. I don't know if you can see them, but I burn like, psh. I'm pale as the sheet and I burn.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yes.
wild. Do you
Yes.
wear a ton of sunblock?
I do, but I still burn.
Do you really?
Yes. I peel
Wow.
burn. And I could be
Oh
out in the
my.
sun. I was in the sun yesterday for like I was paying my rent to my landlord. I was standing out there for like 10 minutes and I got sunburnt on the back of my back. I'm like, really? I was only standing out here for 10. I'm like, I'm easily burnt. I'm like,
Oh
geez.
my God. So what do you do to avoid it? What do you do? Like use like a 50
I have to
SPF
use the
or
highest one and I still get burnt.
and you get do the big floppy like beach hats and
Lord,
stuff?
no.
No? Oh, okay.
I don't have one of them. I mean, I could probably use one, but I didn't go.
A sombrero or something. I'm not sure. Whatever
and
helps.
and when you're driving, okay, so I'm driving, and the sun hits you in the face. So here soon, y'all will see half my face is a little bit darker than the other half of my face.
Exactly. Exactly. And then
And then when when you put your arm out when you drive, you got one arm darker than the other arm.
and then you drive like this the next day trying to even it out.
Or then when when you wear shorts and the sun hits down on you where you're driving, so you got that tan line on top where your shorts are hitting, where
Oh,
your knees at.
oh, listen, I love the sun so much, but there's nothing worse than getting in your car and it's hot and the leather burns your legs. You're like, oh my God. Let me get back out and let it cool down for a minute.
And your butt, and I mean, I ain't trying to be, but your butt cheeks feel like they're just like like if you stand up, they're just literally just gonna blister off. You know what I mean? Because your butt's on fire. You know what
It's
I
on
mean?
fire. It's on fire. It became a part of the seat. It just completely melted.
Girl, I'm telling you. Oh Lord, what's up, D? You quiet? How are you, my friend?
Good.
He's like, okay, they're talking about booty cheeks. Whatever.
Oh wow.
See, can you relate?
Can you relate, Dean, when you sit in the car? Do you get burnt?
I do
Wear them
sometimes.
short shorts. Come on now.
He wears them Daisy Dukes, girl.
Daisy, you
Hey.
are so silly. Oh boy.
Well, it brought us joy, so thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Hey, at least good laughs, guys. Positivity, good
Exactly.
laughs.
Amen.
He don't stay on for long. Just see him. Mm-mm.
No.
Uh-uh.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, Lord. He's been up here for Lord. He's been subbed up for me for a long time, and I think I don't mean to embarrass you, honey. He'll
Oh
turn
no,
on his
I
sitting
don't
line.
care.
Oh,
Okay, I'm out. See you. Bye.
now that's consistent. So, D, that's what we can expect. I haven't seen it before, but that's your thing.
He's like,
Yeah,
okay,
I always do it on my live channels all the
I can't
time.
do it real fast. He does it right. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on, let me try.
Do it.
Let me try. I don't know if I can. Hold on 1 minute.
Oh,
Oh, whoa, that was tripping. That's like we did it. That was weird.
At the same
and
time.
D has the light flashing back. It was almost like a stage moment.
There-
Yeah, yeah, good job.
You know what that is?
Incredible.
You know what that is behind me?
No,
That's one of them. That's one of them. One of my little sister's fluorescent lights. They just plug
Really?
into the wall.
It
I
looks
don't
like a
think you.
little
I don't
sun
think you
behind
have
you
to.
chilling.
I don't think
like
you
a
have to
lamp.
change the bulb at all.
Is that a
Wow.
lamp?
No, it's an actual light
Oh,
that it just.
wow.
That thing, I thought he
Oh,
had
I
like a little
see.
sun chilling behind. I'm like, it's bright. Jeez.
Now, I got it back there because a lot of times, whenever if I lay here and I go to
Oh, Lord.
sleep, I don't have to get up and turn like my. Cause see,
Perfect.
My fan is up above me, and I don't feel like, and I want to keep the fan on, but I just keep the chain off. So whenever I just lay down, I just go ahead and reach my arm back and just turn it off and just go to sleep. I don't
Fabulous.
have to, yeah.
Hey
Yeah, when
Dean,
you're
and I'm
done.
not. I ain't
Oh my
trying to be all. Do you by chance suffer with empathy or? I think personally, it's kind of like empathy. Do you think so, Miss Blondie? Do
I
you think?
do.
I mean, it's very, very similar. However, that word's called, because I'm
Yeah.
Southern, so it's very, very close in hand. It's
It's
just a different
synonymous.
word for it.
Absolutely.
It's a different
Absolutely. It's the same. It's the same thing. It
But
is.
it's a lot. It was a lot of useful information. Are you a what is it called?
Empath.
Empathetic?
Yes.
Are you an empathetic? Sorry. Are you an empathetic person, D?
I.
Sometimes,
Oh, you can be.
Oh.
sometimes, but not
You
really.
can shut it off.
Yeah. Well,
Can you
I
shut
did
it
kind.
off?
Well, sometimes and sometimes not. Maybe just depends.
I wish I could. I mean, I hate that, and I don't. I'm not trying to sound mean, but
Yeah.
when we overfeel, Lord, it can be overwhelming. It truly. I mean, truly, because it's like,
I.
it's like
I
kind of
think it's.
draining because you feel everything,
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
everything,
I would say
every
I
little
probably do.
thing, every little thing you feel.
I think that's interesting though, Dee, that you said sometimes because I'm always thinking 20 steps ahead, and by trying to unravel that statement, what you said means that maybe your empath, your ability or your gift, could be directed to maybe a personal closeness.
Right,
Maybe you only feel that with somebody that you're already synced with, like a family or a friend or a sibling or whoever, but
right,
not everybody you meet.
right. See,
Yeah.
what mine's different. I feel with like every it.
Me
Like I said,
too.
I don't mean to, but I think it's unfortunately probably part of my trauma. Well, I mean, that's what we read about. So I mean, like
Yeah.
I think just everything in my mental, and everything that I go through, I think it just have all kinds of feelings, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a lot, and I mean, it's not like that I don't, you know, I'm. It's not like that I don't love me. I mean, I have my moments, like everybody,
Hmm.
but I'm just
Hmm.
like, this is a lot of feelings at one time. I mean, this is a lot going on.
Oh
Like you
yeah.
feel
Like an
everything.
avalanche. It's just a rolling thunder. Yeah, sure.
Or like you got like you sitting, like if somebody, I mean, I wouldn't dare say this, but I mean, I'm not intentionally making fun of nobody because I would never, ever, ever do that. But like I've heard when people have COPD, I don't know. D, do you have COPD or no?
No, we thought it would have been close to that, but it ain't.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you did or not, honey. But it's
Yeah.
sometimes they say when people have COPD, it feels like an elephant, kind of heavy
Oh
on your
yeah, sitting on
chest.
your chest. Sure.
So
Oh
that's,
yeah.
I mean, that's what
Well,
I've
I mean,
heard.
it does with me
So
now.
I'm
With
like,
I
my
got
heart's like my heart feels like it's kind of like the Grinch is that when his heart was little and it grew. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like when I feel for everybody. It grows, and it just keeps on growing. Which I'm thankful that I am the person I am, but I'm just like it's a lot of feelings. And like I said, some people say, well, because I'm oversensitive or I'm over dramatic. I'm not. There's not a narcissist. There's not a drama bone in
Correct.
my body. There's not. I mean, I try not to get mad unless you piss me off. I mean, to be honest with you, but
Hmm.
there's got to be a breaking point. Like I really don't like to be mad, and I don't like
yeah.
to unless you piss me off. Honestly,
And
so
even at that point, you probably don't like to, but you might just have to
right,
respond.
right. But I'm just like, everybody says, well, you're a nice person. I'm like, well, I've always been like this. Like, I'm not
Hmm.
going to change for nobody. Like, I've always been
Good.
like this. I've always wanted to be like, there for people. I've always wanted to, do the good in the world. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to help people
Hmm.
out. And I've always wanted to do this stuff. So, I mean, and just
Well, and
because
you
I
know what? You're
suffer,
surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Just
right.
listening to your chat is everybody is sharing that same position, and it's freaking awesome. You don't have to feel like you're alone doing this or
Right.
battling this.
Well, and the way that I see it, just because I suffer, I mean, myself, I'm just using
Mm-hmm.
myself as an example
Mm-hmm.
because everybody suffers differently. Everybody goes through something
Yeah.
different. That's why I say just be kind to one another because you don't know what
Yes.
who or what somebody is going through. You have no
Ooh,
idea. So just be kind to somebody. It doesn't cost nothing to be kind to somebody. Nothing.
right.
And if you can't be kind
Absolutely.
to somebody, then don't say nothing. If you can't say nothing nice or respectful, don't say anything because you might say something hurtful. And we are all human and we do have feelings. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agreed.
I'm
Agreed.
just that's just a little advice, guys. But I'm just saying, it just I just felt, in my heart that I wanted to be on here because I'm still new, I'm still learning. I'm still learning, guys. But, I just want to be, because I suffer with mental health. So I figured, if I talk about mental health, kind of like what we'll say, for example, PTSD. I suffer with PTSD. When we would talk about PTSD, but how we can turn it into a positive. Like
Mm-hmm.
you suffer, but yet this is how you can do to try to not suffer as bad, or this is how you can do to get the help you need, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Redirecting that energy. Yes.
Right. And you don't necessarily have to have mental health to be in here. You could just get support and encouragement. You don't have to have mental health. But this is for everybody. I think everybody needs a little positivity in their life. Everybody.
So this is funny. I started a YouTube channel basically on that exact subject. I
Right.
wanted people to find the positive. We're so just constantly surrounded
Mm,
with complaints and finger pointing and negativity and blah
mm-hmm.
blah blah. So I'm like, how can, you know, whatever, just finding other ways to be positive. So I started walking
Right.
my dog and I'm like, I'm going to video this because there's the ducks around, there's like, friendly neighbors, the
Right.
sunshine, the cool breeze,
Right.
things to help bring some peace. And then I noticed after several videos, I'm like, I think I want to be a meteorologist because all they talk about is the weather. I'm I'm like, hey, everybody, look at these storms. They're so powerful. Look at the sunshine. It's so bright. I'm like, what the shit? I can't even stay on the subject.
Hi, Miss Bonnie. I think that you're I might be wrong, but I think that you're used to be my childhood pastor's wife. If I'm right, I think that you are. If you are, it is so good to see you, honey, and I love you so much. I think that you are,
Wow.
but it's so good to see you, love. So good to see. Yes, she is. Oh, make sure you tell everybody that I said hi and I
Oh,
love you too,
cool.
honey. I've known her ever since I was a little itty bitty girl. Little itty bitty girl. She's known me
Wow.
long, long, long time. Long time. Long time. She knows my whole family. She's a
Oh my
great
God.
woman. Great woman.
How awesome.
Yes, you always have a special place in my heart too, honey. Your whole family. And my buddy. And I know who you know who that is. And I love her. And I hope that she's all right.
Perfect.
It's so great to see you, honey. I think I seen you in here the other day, and I was like, I don't know if that's her or not. I don't want to, you know. It's so great to see you. Like I said, make sure you tell everybody I said hello. Yes, it's so good to see you. It warms my heart. It warms my heart, honey. So good to see you. See,
Wow.
I haven't seen her since I think I graduated high school, and I'm almost 37 years old. Long
You're
time.
kidding me. What an
Long,
awesome connection.
long time, honey.
Wow.
YouTube's a
I
awesome place
love
to
that.
reconnect, I believe.
100%.
Ain't that awesome?
That's too cool. That's a long time to not see somebody and just instantly reconnect like that. Too cool.
It's cool. Oh gosh, she brought a tear to my eyes. I haven't seen them in so long.
Wow.
Great people, I'm telling you. And they know, and they know my mom, and they know my brothers, and like I said, they know my whole family. And I was, oh gosh, I think I was like 12 years old, maybe 11 years old when they first met me. And I'm almost 37 years old. That's a long time. That's a long time. I might have been 10 or 11. I don't know. I was little. I was little
Wow.
baby. Yeah. That's crazy. See?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Oh gosh.
That was so good for you. It was awesome. Wow. I'm
Sorry.
so glad she chimed in.
I love her so much. I love that whole family. I know. See, she said I was a little one.
Aww. Aww.
Bless her heart. I love you. I love you, honey. I hope everybody's doing good. Yeah, shit, they did live. They did live. Yes, it was 100 years ago, Beachy. Beachy always says it's 100 years ago. Oh Lord, I love you too, honey. If you get a chance, try to reach out to my mom. I don't know if you've talked to her in a while, but if you get a chance, try to reach out to my mama. She would love to hear from you because they was like two peas in a pod. I'm telling you, couldn't pull them apart with nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, they was best friends of best friends.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, it's crazy. But yes, I love you too, Beachy. Midnight Nurse said, just goes to show you never know who's watching you. That's exactly right. That's why you better be on your best behavior. No, I'm just playing. Just be yourself. I mean, just be yourself. You just be yourself. You know, that's all you can do. Just be yourself. That's what I do every time. I don't change for nobody. And
That's
Miss
funny.
Bonnie knows. She's known me my whole life. She knows that I got a humongous heart, huge. Like it's huge, and huge, and huge, and huge. Yes,
The
huge.
only time I change things is when we have unexpected company that's call and they're like, "Hey, we'll be over in 10 minutes." And then my hubby's like, "Don't go hiding everything." And I'm like, "Leah, put the snacks away. Put out the towels." Ah! He's like, "Why do you do that?" And I go, "Oh, I know that we just live here, but what the hell? I wanted to always present nice. I just didn't get around to it. But if I know someone's going to be here in 15 minutes, it's
Do you
like,
see what she said? You've always had a huge heart. I told you guys, and she's known me ever since I was a little itty bitty. Like I said, when I tell you guys I've always been like this, I've always been like this. Seriously. And this woman has known
wow.
me since childhood, like little itty bitty.
So
So that
Bonnie
goes to
was your
show.
mom's best friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was
Did they grow
she
up
was my
together?
when I went to when growing up, we lived in and I'll just tell you a little bit of story.
Perfect.
I went to the the I'm not originally from Tennessee. I was born in South Carolina, but the church that we went to, we lived in Tennessee. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Irwin, Tennessee, which is a little itty bitty town. But anyway, that was the church when we moved. My I ain't trying to be nasty, Miss Bonnie. I apologize. Sorry, but my sperm donor at the time, he pastored a church, and then he quit pastoring a church, and we decided to go over to the church where her husband was pastoring. And Lord, we went to church every time the doors were open, and Lord, we went there for years, for long time. And then they decided to move back to their hometown. So, but yeah, that's ever since I see we moved to Tennessee, and I think 1996. I might be wrong. And we started going to that church, I think in 97 or 98. So that's how long she's known me. And you see what year it is
Wow.
now. Long time. Long
Wow.
time. But that's the little kind of story of how we met. So yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy, isn't it? Little small world. Little small world.
That is awesome.
It's so great. It's so great. But
Mm, mm,
that makes
mm.
me feel so good. That warms my heart. Just seeing a familiar face. I personally, I mean, like, I love you. I love everybody. But actually, somebody that I haven't talked to in forever, and I personally know that's known me ever since I was a little itty bitty, as some of you guys say, tot. It warms
Oh.
my heart. I love you, Miss Bonnie. I love you all. So good to see you, honey. Truly, it is, honey. But anyway,
Mm.
it's great. Great. See that? Warms my spirits, guys. It warms my spirits. It's all about
Mm-mm.
lifting everybody up, guys. All about lifting everybody up. So, and Dee, did you get your oxygen machine? Did you get your new
Yeah, I
one?
got it that couple weeks ago. That week that I told you about it.
Yeah, did you finally get the whole thing though? I think you said you was
Oh,
getting like a little piece, but
yeah,
I didn't know if you got everything.
yeah, I got it. I just went to go get the pickup ticket and everything. I got it. It was just a lot of
Is it
hassle.
doing
Wanting to
good
get it.
for you? Like is everything going good?
Yeah, so far it is. It's just getting
Like
used
it's
to
just
it.
aggravating. Do you
No,
still
I
got
know.
that big long cord, or do you got the like separate where you can go on your side? You know what I'm talking about?
It's the one on the side.
Oh, wow, that's more convenient than that. What is it, like 10-foot cord? You got
Yes,
tangle yourself, kind of like a, what is it? But
yes.
back in that, what was it? The 90s, you had that cord that wrapped around the whole house, and you had to when you was
Oh
on my
yeah,
song, you wrapped around the whole entire house because it wasn't cordless. That cord, you know what I'm
oh
talking about?
Keep
yes.
stretching it out.
I
Like,
do.
well, let me go under the cord and let me go over the cord just to get to the next room.
Yeah, I like it at all. It's just it's just
I
more kind
said,
of
Mom, I said, what in the world do you need a 20-foot phone cord for? Or 50-foot or whatever it was. She was like, well, I have to go in this room and this room and watch you guys and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Mom, jeez. I'm going to break my neck because you got it's on the wall. And then you go into the living room and here you got to, play. What is that where you go underneath the pole? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what the game is called. Oh, gosh, I can't think of it. It's when
Limbo.
yes, you gotta play limbo with the chords.
If it's long enough and the kids come being nosy, you jump in here. We're gonna do a little hopscotch while I'm on the phone. Get some jumps
Or
in.
jump rope.
Yeah, get your jumps in.
oh
Yeah, yeah.
man,
It's like one,
Lordy
two, three.
gee.
You on your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s while we're at it.
Yeah,
Exactly. I'll be over here talking on the phone while you're jumping. This is a win for everybody.
that's funny.
That's
Tell
great.
you.
Oh, I always shoot for the win-win.
At,
Nobody
at
wants to
least
be
you'll
left
know what I'm
out.
talking about because I'll be talking about it and people will be like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "I'm telling you, back in the day, like in the '90s, per se. Well, I mean, I'm sure it was longer than that, but what I remember in the
Mhm.
'90s, they had phone cords. They didn't have cordless phones yet, but they had phone cords that was at least 50. And there was the curly ones, like
They
massive
get
curly ones,
stretched.
and they stretched like 50 foot, and you would take it from one part of your house to another part of your house, and you would have to go underneath them or wrap your legs around them or nothing just to get to the next room. I'm like, geez, Lord have mercy, Mom, Lord.
Looking for some privacy.
Wow.
Right.
And good luck if you took it to the bathroom and talk on the phone. Of course they would see it because the cord hanging out of the bathroom door.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, that's funny.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
Funny.
Y'all are y'all on the phone? No, I ain't on the phone. Well, the cord's hanging out of the bathroom door, and I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't on the phone.
Well, yeah, but then you could pick up on the other phone in the house,
hmm
and they
And
could
they
listen.
listen, and you can hear them.
Hmm.
It's like, hang the stinking phone up.
Right. Right.
Wow.
If you had a younger sibling, they would say something weird and
Oh,
hang
girl,
up. Of
I'm the
course.
baby and the only girl. I have 3 older brothers.
Oh,
So every
well,
time
you
I
were
was
in
on the
trouble.
phone, that
They
you better
messed
not
with
be
you.
saying nothing bad to my sister. I'm like, would y'all get off the stinking phone? Jeez. So I would do the
Right.
same thing to them. I would, what y'all saying? They're like, get off the phone.
It's funny. It's funny. My turn. You've been on for 10 minutes.
And the call waiting, when it beeps in, and then they're like, "Did I get a beep?" No, I don't know what you're talking about. And then there's a voicemail. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you said that there was no beep, but there's a voicemail? I'm like,
Must have been talking. I didn't hear it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your turn. Yeah, I'll be on the Sega Genesis if you're looking for me.
Or the PlayStation, the little original PlayStation, or the what is it called? Oh gosh,
Nintendo.
yeah, Nintendo.
Atari. Going back.
We're girl, we talking old school.
Oh, Lord.
Do you even know what we're talking about?
No, I just laughed along with you.
You have no idea what we're talking about, do you, honey?
No, I'm just laughing along with you.
See, he don't know.
So boring, but so much fun back then. My God.
What year was you born, D?
95.
Oh, well, it was
Yeah. You can relate. You know what? In 90. Oh, well, no, you were a baby, but yeah. God.
I was born in 86, so I'm still about 10 years older than you, but I do remember that. I do remember that. Good night. Good to see you, Dees. I love you, honey. Send me a message, girl. I ain't talked in a while. Send me a message, honey. Hope you're doing all right. Good night, Truth Seeker. I love you. Good to see you, honey. Lord have mercy. I'm telling you. That was great times. D, you might just have to go on YouTube and pull up like 90s era stuff that you see kind of what we're talking about.
Oh,
Especially the phone cord.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
gotcha.
what you had to do. Or do you remember if you were at a payphone
Oh,
when
God.
you didn't have a quarter, but you had to get the message through? So when you would do a collect call, and it would say your name after the tone, and then you'd be like, "Pick me up from Burger King at 7:30 or something," like something stupid.
And then hang up real fast.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't be
Mom,
charged.
we're gonna go in and watch a movie. I'll be done at 9:30 or something. And and everybody just knew. You just listened to the message. You did not accept the collect call.
Right, because it was expensive, right?
Is that back
like
before
$15 or something for just like 2 or 3 minutes.
It was something stupid for collect calls. Depend on the time of the day and what day of the week. I know Sundays were cheap before noon, but who's making collect calls then, right? Unless you're poor, right? And then you have to be like, okay, family.
Girl, I know that feeling.
We're making a long distance phone call. Kids, line up. Hi, Grandma. How you doing? Love you. Happy Easter. Bye. Pass the phone.
Next.
Exactly.
Or if you have Verizon or whatever your phone service is, you have to call after 6 or after 7 or after 9 for it to be free.
Right. Isn't that funny? And now we're just like unlimited everything.
It's like,
just give me unlimited.
Where did that come from? Why couldn't we have that back when it first started?
Innovation.
Jeez.
At its finest.
We're too busy trying to fight to see who comes to the phone first at 7 p.m. or whatever time the free zone was to come and use the phone real fast, so we didn't use up all our daytime minutes.
Right. Absolutely. Well, yeah, that's how cell phones started, right? Like you would have like 100-minute plan or whatever, something like that. I don't know.
Girl, I remember, I'm telling you. And the little flip phones. I had Sprint, and it was pink, and it was a little itty-bitty flip phone. Or the Razor. Do you remember the Razor? I had one of them, too. Those were actually fairly nice phones, and then it switched to all this fanciness. But I had a little Razor and a little flip phone, and that's what I started out with. It was free after like 7 p.m. or something like that.
Now, we thought we were cool. I remember being in 9th grade and the first one with a pager in my class. Having a page. This was before cell phones. And whenever you would like page somebody, you had all these numeric codes, right? Like your numeric code meant something. Like people had assigned numbers, or like 143 meant I love you, or like 187 meant
Right.
You're going to be murdered or something. Like it was all this weird, stupid shit. You could buy, here's our parents buying books of, I'm going to find out what these pager codes mean and get to the bottom of your stories.
I
Grounded.
know
You're
that was
grounded
great
until I
times.
read
I'm
your book.
telling you. Great times, girl. Great times. At least Dee's like, what in the world? I don't even know what they're. Okay, whatever.
Right. Right. It sounds like Mars, but it really wasn't that long ago.
He's like,
Which is
these girls are
actually,
cracking me up. They're talking about something crazy. They funny.
can you imagine what it's going to really be like in 20 years?
Oh my gosh.
I think like we all Zoom or like how we're doing right now, face
Right,
to
right.
face. I think it will kind of be like what was that, Star Wars or what, where the hologram will actually be physically, that'll probably be in the next 2 years, not 20, but where somebody,
Gonna be
and as
crazy.
they're talking,
Gonna
yeah,
be
and it'll be
crazy.
like, oh, it'd be awesome.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be, but you know, what I mean, it's gonna be totally different than what we're used to. Like it's changed so much. Like we was just talking about, it's changed so much
I know.
from when
I
I
feel
grew
so
up.
bad for the older generation. Like my parents,
Right,
and aunts and uncles they don't get it at all like about social media. And they're like, what
right,
do you mean? I just said this. I was having a conversation with somebody and I responded and I go, you weren't talking to them. You were talking to the world and all their friends. Like you got to be so like they don't even get how things are. They stay there forever.
right.
It's not like a talking conversation. It's really hard. I feel really sorry, like sad for them because they don't even like it. I know I can only speak for my family. They have difficult time. Not my mother. My mother's a freaking whip, but some other people are struggling.
Well, my mama, I think it was a couple years ago, she just recently started the Facebook and the texting. She's like, I don't, and the smartphone. Like she's like, I don't know how you,
Wow. Well, good for
yeah.
her.
So
She's on Facebook. Good for her.
yeah, she said, I got this now, and it ain't no problem. But
Now,
she
does
didn't know.
Bonnie and
You
Mom
know,
talk on Facebook?
I think they do. I hope they do, because Lord,
Good.
they've been friends for a long, long, long time.
You know what? I hope they do that and do the face call
Right, right. That'd
and
be great.
see each other. After all these years, you can sit down and have a cup of coffee without having to drive or fight traffic or
Right.
whatever.
Because
It's
my
incredible.
mama still lives in Tennessee, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure. Miss Bonnie said they do.
Good. Oh, good.
I believe Miss Bonnie still lives in Pennsylvania. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe she still lives in the state of Pennsylvania, and my mother still lives in Tennessee. So that is a little bit of a distance. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So, you
Yeah,
know.
that's a big orchestrated
Oh, okay.
plan.
I'm sorry. They're in Maryland, but still, Tennessee to Maryland is still a distance.
Yeah.
It's still a distance. No. It's not just like, well, let me drive over to the house and I'll go to visit her, because they used to do that all the time when they was in Tennessee. The Lord have
Sure.
mercy. They was inseparable.
Oh, oh, I love that.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Well, that's it. Technology keeps us together.
Oh yes. Oh yes, definitely. It's great. It's great. It's crazy.
It
But
is.
yes, she said we are. I've got to put that on there. I love it. She said we are still partners in crime. LOL.
Oh,
I'm telling you, they was inseparable. They was. Mm.
oh my God, I love it.
Yes, her and
That's
my mama are kindred best friends. That's the truth. Truth.
right.
Yes. Like I
Wow.
said, she knows my whole entire family. She even knows, and I hate, like I said, I ain't trying to be nasty, Miss Bonnie. Just saying, she even knows my not so good sperm donor. But anyway, that's besides the
Mm.
point. Well, I'm not even going to go there right
Mm.
now. I'm staying positive.
That's right.
I'm staying
Absolutely.
positive because we ain't even going to talk about that situation. I'm sure Miss
It's
Bonnie knows a little bit about it, but we just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're just gonna leave it at that.
No, you're flying
Pretty
high. You're in a
positive.
good place.
Whew.
Don't get that taken from you for
Mm, mm,
sure.
mm, 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 mm. Girl, I try so hard. I mean, but this, like I said, I couldn't do this without you guys. Seriously. And I'm learning. I got,
Hmm.
and I'm so thankful. I have 520 subscribers. You guys, y'all don't know how much that means to me.
It's awesome.
Seriously. Seriously. And I know that's not, I mean, like, to some people, it's like, well, that's not a lot of people. But to me, that is a lot. That is a lot.
Absolutely.
Considering my stream is different than, I mean, you don't, like I said, a lot of people say it's different. They haven't seen nothing like mine. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
all good. It's all good. Not no negativity, not no he said, she said, none of that. You know what I mean? It's all good.
No,
So I am
hate channels
thankful.
have numbers through the roof.
I'm thankful.
People, we have to spread the joy and the love. We have to change that type of thinking and
Hmm.
get back to simplicity and love. Even if your neighbor drives you crazy, do a good deed. It does
Right.
make you feel
Be
better.
kind. Or at least be civil.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
you know.
The quickest way to get over your problems, listen to somebody else's. You're like, Jesus, my life is pretty good, but we can get focused on stupid shit. So,
The look on your face, that girl, that was awesome. I loved it. You're like, gee, yeah. I loved it. It was awesome. That's what I'm saying, guys. I cannot do this without you. Seriously. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I support Rebel, my husband, of course, and you guys know.
yeah.
But and then I support Dumpling, and then I try to support as much as the inside the family, all our close knit family, and I support a couple other people, but I don't go up on panel. It took me a lot to do this channel because I suffer with so much. So I mean, like it's like I'm good. I'm good to go. You know what I mean? I'm good to do what I do, and I'm very
Nice.
what do you call it? Um, like I'm actually kind of proud of myself, and I don't take I try not to pat myself on the back or nothing, but I'm very proud of myself because it takes a lot, which Dee knows, and I'm sure anybody that's done a YouTube channel, it takes a lot. You
Yeah.
gotta get that up to actually come in because YouTube is worldwide. I mean, it's everywhere. So I mean, to be
So
on the
let me
YouTube
ask you,
streets,
where are you getting this energy from? Do you think it's a support from your husband? Or is it your drive for content to share? If this isn't something you were comfortable with in the beginning,
Oh no,
what
I've
made you
always been
blast
like
through
this.
that?
I've always been like this. It's just when you suffer with trauma and depression, and I
Mm-hmm.
suffer with depression, PTSD. I suffer with a lot of stuff. So I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
I was playing out because everybody said, "Girl, you need to make your own channel," and I was going to, and I was like, "Well, what do I do it on?" And I was like, "Well, I suffer so much." That I want to be the good. I want to show the good. Like I want to talk about mental health, but I want to show it in a
Okay.
good way. Like,
Right.
this is what I suffer with, but I'm still, I mean, look at me. I'm still trying to be positive about it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like to let people know it's okay to suffer with what you're suffering. But look, I mean, like as an example, look at me. I'm still trying to do the best that I can. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
that's what my drive is. I just want to help people. I want to
To
help people.
show.
That's what my drive is. And show
Right.
people that there is good people in this world. To be positive, be kind, be a motivator. Like Beachy said, girl, you motivate me. I said, I did not. She said, yes, you did. I dusted off my guitar. I was like, I didn't mean to. She said, no, it's a good thing. I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm just using that as an example.
Yes.
I don't, and I'm thankful that I'm more making a difference, but that's, I just want to make it, I want to make a difference in everybody's life. So that's why I say everybody's
Oh,
welcome as long as they don't start no crap. We don't want no crap here.
right. Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
That's
We don't
right.
want none of that junk here. You know what I mean?
No.
Mm-mm.
No, because people don't have to look far for it. It's
Mm-mm.
everywhere. This is
Mm-hmm.
where the energy needs to really spread. It really does. Like a wave, like a tidal wave. Like when you're at the, ball game and everybody does the wave, people need to join together and spread that positive energy.
And look what Miss Bonnie said. She said Rebecca has always wanted to help people, even when she was a little one. I told you she's known me for a very long time. I've always been like this. Just because I'm older, does I haven't changed. I've always been like this. Always.
I love that.
I've always been a little helper and wanted to help people. Like I've always wanted to help people. That's just my mom's is. I guess I get it from my mom because my mom is the same exact
Same way.
way.
Yes.
My mom is the same way. The same
Wow.
way. Yep. She sure
What a
is.
great example.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's, I mean, I just want to help people. I want people to know that they ain't alone in this world, that they can reach out and talk to me. Like I said, I might not fully understand, but I can be there for you guys. I can listen to you. I can give you words of encouragement, or just, even if you don't want me to say anything, I can still listen to you. Somebody to vent to, I'm here for you. And I won't say a single word because I've been backstabbed so many times. I mean, just being honest with you, it sucks. So when somebody
Mhm.
says, I'm here for you, and then you try to be, you try to reach out for, somebody talking to, then they turn around and say blah 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 blah, to somebody else. It sucks. So when I
Yeah.
say that I'm wholeheartedly here for you guys, I wholeheartedly am here for you guys and wouldn't tell a soul anything because I know how it feels for somebody to turn around and tell somebody else. It hurts. So I'm not
Oh,
like that at all. I am not like that. So that's what I'm saying. If you guys need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you guys. And Miss Bonnie, of course, had to bring this up. Her daughter, oh God, I love Jenny and her daughter. She would get me you should write it down on the calendar. Every time they had actually a bonfire fire at the church, and we roasted marshmallows and hot dogs, and we went on a hayride, and they had the trunk or treat, where you go to each car and you get the candy. And
hmm
she said, even when you and Jenny were shooting silly string, her daughter would make sure it was every Halloween, like clockwork for years, long, long time. I couldn't tell you how many years. She would buy cans and cans and cans of silly string and get me every year. Even if I was running away, she would still get me with the silly string.
Oh,
That
that's
was like a thing
funny.
that she would give me every year,
I
every
love
year.
that.
And her daughter's like a big clown. Her daughter's awesome. I love her daughter, but she's like a big old clown. She does anything to make people laugh. You know.
Good. So even though you expected it, you never really prepared for
I
it.
was
You
like,
knew it was coming
ah!
somehow. Yeah, exactly.
And she just stood there and sprayed it all over me.
The
She
element
probably
of
invested
surprise.
in it. She probably went to the Dollar Tree or something and invested in it because she had all kinds of cans in her arms.
Oh my God, that's great. That's great. Probably got a bunch of great pictures tucked into somebody's photo album somewhere.
I know she probably does. I don't know if Miss Bonnie does or not. She might. I think Jimmy might.
Yeah, right.
They probably got some pictures of me when I was a little itty bitty girl.
Covered in silly string.
Oh, Lord, they probably do.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh. And the first time, and Miss Bonnie probably remembers this, and because it's getting late, so I'm getting ready to get off here in just a minute. But this is a good little well, it's not so much per se my good story. This is the first time I ever broken a bone ever. Miss
Mm,
Bonnie probably remembers this story,
mm,
but her heel, the church, and it's called the parsonage, but it's the church that you got the church, and then you got the houses beside the church that the pastor and the wives live in. You know.
mm.
Okay, well, I was going down. They have a hill, like the church. Okay, I'm trying to explain it. Okay, the church is right here, say, and their house is right here, or the flip flop around, whichever. It's right beside it. And they had a hill going from the church to their house, like a hill. Okay, well,
Mhm.
it just, she said, oh dear Lord, LOL. She knows what I'm talking about. Okay, so it rained, and I,
Oh.
all right, I love you, Dee. Um, it rained, and I had flip flops because I'm a flip flop queen. I like my flip flops. Okay, so it rained, and needless to say, flip flops in a heel.
Mm-hmm.
wet, just, picture. Anyway, so she had a heel like this going to her house, and this is her driveway. Okay, and the church is up here. All right,
Oh
anyway,
no.
so I go down the hill, and when I go down the hill, my flip flop decides to sink into the hill and go this way.
Oh no.
So I
Ugh.
fall head first, skirt up in the air, and I
Tumbling.
had a broken ankle.
Oh no.
Yep. When it broke in 5 different places.
Oh my
So
God.
every time, I mean, ever since then, and I was little then. Ever since then, I'm so like petrified. Like Rebel or my husband or however y'all know him. My husband's like, "Babe, why are you walking so tippy toed on a hill?" I'm like, "You don't know." I'm. It's kind of like a. It's scary. I'm like, I'm scared to death that I'm going to fall again. It's kind of like a traumatic. It's not
Sure.
PTSD, but it's kind of like traumatic for me because I'm like, he's like, "Why are you walking kind of like tiptoed?" Just like tiptoed. And I'm like,
Yeah.
because I'm scared to death. You don't realize that was a heel, and my flip flop went, "Pew," and there goes my ankle. And my poor,
Wow.
I had a skirt on. My skirt went up in the air.
Right. Right. Oh,
Oh my Lord. And then I had to go to the
unbelievable.
hospital.
That was a long recovery.
Oh yeah. I had a,
Five breaks.
I had a
Wow.
cast past my knee and everything. Yeah.
Oh.
That's why she said, "Oh dear Lord."
Oh dear Lord.
She remembered.
Make
I know she does.
making
I'm
memories.
telling you. So I'm just like,
Oh,
always cautious when I go down hills, especially if it's grassy hills and it's rained. Oh gosh,
oh
I'm
yeah.
like tiptoeing because I DoorDash. So of course you got to deliver, and I'm like, oh gosh, it's rained. I'm scared. I don't know. So I'm just like barely. And then people sometimes are standing at their door and they're like, "What is she doing?" I'm like, "I apologize. It's just rain. It's kind of wet and soggy, and I'm just scared to death. I'm gonna fall."
Right. Right. Avoid that at all costs. I don't want
Mhm.
to cast.
It's like
Been there, done
and I
that.
got their food, so I really don't want to fall and then have their food squished. I mean, I would rather put their food up here and save their food than and me fall on my face.
Wow. That's funny. It kind of ties into the subject though about being what was it? Highly
Highly
sen-
sensitive person.
okay, so you learned a lesson from that day that has
Mm-hmm.
affected you and how you make decisions or how you
Mm-hmm.
walk in certain environments for the rest of your life. And that is, an excellent example. We can talk about our relationships with people and how that affects us. Maybe you help people all the time and the reward is good because it's a, mutual positive energy coming back. Or sometimes you have the people that are, like I would say, like a vortex or a black hole that just
Right.
suck your energy. So we just
Mm-hmm.
have to be aware, just really just be aware of your surroundings, give as much as you can, but also sometimes tiptoe, just
Right.
tiptoe a little bit,
Right.
just to be a little cautious, you
Right.
know. Yeah.
Right. Because kind of like what I was when I was like kind of like on eggshells in a way, per se.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah. I know.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming up here, darling. I'm getting ready to jump off
Thank
here. Thank you.
you.
You come up here anytime you
Mwah.
want to, honey. I love you. Much
Awesome.
love. Thank
I
you,
love you
honey.
too. This was
Thank
so
you, love.
wonderful. Be
Thank you,
blessed,
honey.
stay well, and everybody that's in the chat, I wish you all health and happiness and a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your
You too,
Sunday.
darling. Please come
Take
back.
care.
Please come
Will
back.
do.
All
You
right. Love
got
you,
it.
girl.
All right.
Love
Love you. Oh,
you.
I only did a half. I only did a half. My
Okay, there we
hands
go.
hold the other half. Oh, you want to be beef fry or St. Anne's?
Okay, I can't do it. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. What? I'm confused. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'll get it right here in a minute.
Am I doing it too?
There we go. Hold on, wait a minute.
Oh,
There we
oh,
go, Amy. Hold on.
I'm trying to get in your. Oh, there's a blocker. There's a wall. Hey, let's tear down that wall. All right.
Oh, Lord. I love you,
See
girl.
y'all.
Have a good
Talk to
night.
you soon. Take
All
care
right.
now.
See ya. You
Bye.
too. Oh, I love you guys. I love you, Miss Bonnie. It's so good to see you, love. So good to see you. Make sure you tell everybody I said hello and I love them. It's so good to hear from you, honey. Yes, thank you so much, Becca. Yes, I know I'm a nutcase. It'll be all right. Anything to lift everybody's spirits and just keep them, keep them positive and just, just anything to make people feel good. That's what it's all about. Lifting people's spirits and making them feel good, and encouraging them to, even if we might talk about something that pertains to, say, mental health, just anything to lift people's spirits and make them feel good and be the good in the world. That's what I'm trying to do. There's too much evil in this world that we can just be the good in the world, be the good in the world. But I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys really soon. I'm sorry. I we make sure you guys watch my short videos. I did not do one today. I apologize, but make sure you guys watch my short videos and if y'all haven't subbed up, make sure y'all sub up and hit the notification for all, so that way you know when I go live again. And like I said, I do daily short videos every single day, so y'all go watch the short videos and hit the like or comment on them, so I know, it just lifts my spirits too to let you get to see, little comments. It makes me feel good. And when what I put in the comments is like little daily quotes, positive quotes for encouragement or motivation or whatever, just to lift your spirits to get you through the day. And then I take that quote that I went over and I save the picture and I put it in my community page. So if you wanted to save it, print it off or whatever, then you can do that. So just make sure y'all go in there and like them for me and put a comment or whatever y'all would like to do. It means so much to me. But I love y'all all. Y'all have a wonderful night. And thank you guys so much for the support. And like I said, word of mouth means a lot. So y'all please let people know about my channel. And I couldn't do this without you guys. So it means so much to me, truly. It means so much to me. But I love you guys, and y'all have a wonderful night, okay? I love y'all. Peace.